Multipliers, it's Haley here. Welcome back to another Dress to Impress video. Today, I'm going to be talking more about the LANA lore. We're going to do a deep dive into the new quest that came out for the Valentine's Day update because there is a lot of LANA lore in it and also a secret cutscene that I'm also going to be talking about. A lot of people are wondering who even is Nelly because that goes way back in the lore, almost a year ago now, which is kind of crazy to think about. So let's go ahead and get into it. So in the actual quest lobby, there is actually a few secrets. There is a piece of paper in the lobby and it has Morse code on it right here. It said, "When two worlds collide, the truth is finally revealed." I'm not very sure what that could mean yet. It might actually be answered later, but I do have a feeling it might be talking about Nelly and LANA, which you will understand later if you haven't seen the secret cutscene yet. Over here, I think it's behind the chapter 2 little love thing here. No, I didn't mean to go in there. Don't do that. Let's go over here to chapter 2 because the door is over here. I unlocked the secret cutscene. If you want to know how to unlock the secret cutscene, I will share that later. But let's go ahead and just go in here so you guys can see. This is basically all that happens. It just shows Nelly crying in the cage. We can tell that this is Nelly because she's wearing a necklace that literally says her name on it. It zooms on it. Someone does come in and they don't show who comes in, but I'm very certain it is LANA because the hands that are reaching out to her have white gloves. And the only person we know that has white gloves in the quest is LANA at the end of chapter 2. I just think it's so exciting that Nelly is back. And if you're really wondering who Nelly is, then let's go ahead and get into that lore now. My first interaction with Nelly was when LANA asked me who I'd like to have as our bodyguard during a questionnaire, and I picked Nelly. So she ended up on stage with us at the first ever questionnaire I had with LANA. And in the 𝘾𝙧𝙙𝙨 group, she used to be known as the 𝘾𝙧𝙀𝙀, which is someone who would work for LANA. Now she's known as Traitor, and everyone else that's in this role are also people who used to be bodyguards or 𝘾𝙧𝙀𝙀 members that have died. She's the only one in the Traitor role that is still alive, and I believe she doesn't really like Agamemnon's doings or anything he stands for, so she supports LANA, but she doesn't like Agamemnon. But I'm also not sure if Nelly ever actually worked for the real LANA or if it was the doppelganger LANA. I'm still unsure of that, and I'm not sure if Nelly even knows either. If you didn't know, LANA actually does have a Roblox account. She recently changed her outfit. She was doing a little bit of trolling and talking bad about LANA, and she has this shirt on now. Nelly does also have a profile, and I don't know why, but her username is Goofy Alabama. I will just not question that. Her about says,
"Any ounce of hope I once possessed has long gone. My entrapment has only prolonged. Why have they all forgotten about me? I guess it's easier to wash away your sins if you choose to ignore everything." Nelly
used to work for LANA. Now, I'm not sure if she worked for LANA or LANA's doppelganger. I'm honestly very confused by this LANA right here on the Roblox account because she doesn't really present herself as the good LANA. She still gives me like doppelganger creepy vibes, but I could just be a little crazy, but I don't know. Also, speaking of this account, LANA has a game on here called The Fortress, and she actually opened it up today. So basically yesterday, if you're watching this on the day it's posted, and she has a new description. So the description before used to say like, "Oh, I shut this game down because I don't agree with any of its propaganda," because all of this was basically Agamemnon's place. Like, you can just tell from the picture, it looks a lot like chapter 2 in the Valentine's Day quest. But now the description says this:
"Despite my previous statements of resentment and condemnation regarding the propaganda I spewed in the past, I have decided to reopen this place to show you the hardships, cruelty, and terror I was subjected to. Patrons, trust me, you will not consume any of this information in the archaic fortress."
It doesn't say the fortress anymore, it says archaic. I haven't joined this yet since it's reopened, so I'm very curious what's in here. But if you're wondering why she's calling us patrons, that's just the main role for all the members of the group. So let's go ahead and go into the fortress now. I'm scared. I haven't been in here for a long time. Okay, so I'm back in here. Apparently there was also a questionnaire. I didn't get to join it, but basically all that happened was she was just letting people give speeches. That was really all that was going on in there, so nothing really that big. It seems like this place is still the same as it was last left it before it got shut down. Like, everything looks the same, which I have actually talked about this game, so you might remember this. And if you're wondering about the lore, I do have like a whole movie on basically all of this part of the lore. Like, I covered this whole game in that whole movie. But yeah, this seems like the exact same. Nothing new, just a different name. It just says archaic now and a different description. But anyways, enough about Nelly. I do think that that's what that Morse code note was talking about. It's like when two worlds collide, they could be talking about Lena and Nelly. They've never talked to each other before, but they do both have something in relation to Lana, and so maybe Nelly will start working for Lena. Especially because Lana left her in that cage for a long time. I'd start working for Lena too. I'm sorry. Like, you left her in there for so long because of Agamemnon and you didn't save her. Anyways, there is more to this quest than just Nelly, but I was very excited to see someone I actually knew back in the lore. So anyways, moving on, I'm going to pick up where we last were in the Christmas quest. So there was a secret scene in the Christmas quest as well. So I'm sure you guys know how this cutscene goes, so I'm speeding this up a little bit, but it basically just starts with Lana turning herself back into normal because she was a deer before. She's on these steps right here, and this is when my theory that Lana is actually 𝘾𝙧𝙤𝙪 in a past life started. It is when I saw the secret cutscene for the first time, and then there's this guy here being like, oh, finally you're safe, and this guy is just named O. We don't know his full name, and for a while I thought that he was Odysseus, and I think I was wrong about that, and I have a lot of reasons why I think so, but I also am very confident that Lana is 𝘾𝙧𝙤𝙪. I want to get started with the quest actually finally, so we can talk more about the things leading up to that point. In chapter 1, there really isn't that much lore. There is a little bit though, like a very tiny bit. I'm also going to show how to get that secret cutscene as well. So in the first cutscene here, it shows Lana sitting alone looking at a picture of Nurse Julie, which we can kind of allude to that they are probably in a relationship or were, and she misses her. She doesn't know where she is, or she's gone. I'm not very sure exactly what Lana thinks here. We do see at the end of the quest though that Nurse Julie does come back in a way, like she's not like possessed anymore, and that's really all we gotta know for this part. So I'm gonna skip this scene. That's really all there, so let's go ahead and go over here, and this is when we end up going to Cupid. This is random. Cupid's not that important in the lore, but there is something interesting in the conversation that I think is worth pointing out. Cupid is like expecting us to be here and thinking like we're here to like train or whatever, and the whole reason why he wants us to train to help Lana get Julie back is because he just has this intuition that we are destined to help her because we know more about the situation than they do, is apparently the whole thing. So basically just a way of saying they want us to do Cupid's job for him. Our character, like us, when you're talking to Cupid, they say that they followed a butterfly to get here. Right here, I followed a butterfly, and the next thing I knew, I ended up wherever this is. I just think the butterfly is interesting, and I'll explain why later when we get to quest 2. So I'm gonna skip this scene now, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do the secret cutscene, or at least how to get the secret cutscene. So you do need to finish the potion game first to be able to do this. Don't approach the portal, instead turn on all of these lanterns right here. There is 5 lanterns all around this one room that you are able to turn on, so make sure you turn all of these on, and once you do, leave the room back from where you came from, and there should be a new entranceway here, and this is where you are going to do a potion. And the order of the potion goes, first you need to do the moon as the potion next, not any of these newer ones that you see in the bottom right here. You need to do the moon potion. After that, you can see that I am doing the water potion, and then after the water potion, do the vampire's blood potion, and then after this, do the ashes, which is one of the newer bases. So do the ashes one, and after you do that, do the phantom one right here. It's the purple one, and then the final one you need to do is the unicorn hair potion. After you stir this, you should be able to get the badge, and once you have the badge, you could leave the game or just go through with the rest of the quest, whatever you'd like to do. But once you go back in the lobby, you should be able to go into the door. And after you do the archery, you have to do a lock target, but there is another paper in one of the hedges that has more Morse code on it. This Morse code says reality cracks, slipping her back into the realm of her beginning. This could be referenced referencing when she was Iphigenia in her past life, which could also be her first life, you know, so the realm of her beginning could be her very first life. And as you can see in this secret cutscene from Christmas, her name is question marks. It's not just Lana, so it could mean that it is Iphigenia and not Lana. Thank you to Megan for sending me. There is this family tree here, and you can see here Iphigenia is actually Agamemnon's kid, and we obviously know who Agamemnon is. And you can see here Orestes is also in this little chain of kids from Agamemnon. So we also have Electra too, who I think could possibly be Lena or something like that. But Orestes is definitely who I think O is, and I have a little bit more proof in chapter 2 as well, which we're gonna go ahead and head to. Let's just go ahead and shoot this target right here. All right, we've made it here to chapter 2. So in this you have to like find 4 chests, and it is 4 hearts to 4 different statues, and it is of Lana, Lena, Nurse Julie, and Serena. I'm not really sure how important each character is, if it all ties to Greek mythology. Moye, who is the writer of the lore, did say it's not only Greek mythology. I'm not sure if that could possibly mean it's also like Roman mythology, since Cupid is Roman mythology and Cupid's now part of the lore kind of in a way, because he's the one that took us here. But you can see here the find the match thing. This ties back to, we were saying like, oh, we followed a butterfly to get here, and now there is cards here that have butterflies. I have no idea what the butterflies mean either for the lore, but I do know that all of the cards have a different symbol on it, and a lot of it resembles the lore in some way. There's also a well here, which is where we first spawned in the quest for Halloween. And then there's a card with a red moon on it, and I feel like this is hinting at when Serena said tonight is the full blood moon in the first quest for Halloween too. I still don't know what that means, but I guess maybe like Lena's a vampire or something. I have no clue. And another example of a reference in the cards is the apple. There's a game called The House I Sensed Before Me, which is basically Lana's house from the first quest, but it's in black and white, and there is text all over the walls in this version, and there is text that says, if I never took the red orb from his hands, I would have lived such a normal life. And I think the red orb means apple, and then if you go outside and you go into the basement area of the house where a key actually used to be, you do get a badge in this version of it, and this is what the badge says.
What if he never leaves? In my dreams, he's there in the corner of my eye. He's there, maybe he will never leave. My appetite is forever ruined. The difference between the attic and the basement is what consumes me.
And the badge art is literally an apple, so I'm pretty sure it's pretty significant. But anyways, we're gonna go across here for the next chest because there is actually pictures lying around here. A lot of these pictures are really important because it actually gives more confirmation as to who is who. So if we do a reverse image search, you can actually see there is a lot of different pictures. Agamemnon and Calchas. I'm gonna just search that up. Oh my god, wait, this actually gives so much context. Bro, this actually 100% gives the confirmation that Lana is Iphigenia to me now, because it literally says Agamemnon had to sacrifice his daughter Iphigenia to receive favorable sailing winds here. Like, this picture gave that away for me. Okay, and this is the picture that I have already reverse image searched already, and this picture also gives some confirmation on who O is. So after I reverse image searched, it described this picture as Orestes seized by the Furies after the murder of, I literally don't know how to say the name, but that is his mom, because we do know that Agamemnon is his dad, but you can see in the family tree here that is his mom's. It's also Lana's mom as well, so, or Iphigenia's mom, like Lana in a past life. But that really does confirm that a lot of it is Greek mythology as well, so some things can be explained, but Lena and all that I'm very confused on still. There is more Morse code over here, and it is in this fire area, and this says, an eye for an eye was the deal struck to offer the gift of forgetting the falsehood of her existence. I think this could be talking about Nurse Julie, because she literally has an eye patch and she slowly forgot about Lana and didn't even want anything to do with her. And so I'm thinking that's just basically what that Morse code was talking about. And the final cutscene in the quest is when 2 statues break. It doesn't show Lana or Serena's statues breaking. It actually starts with Nurse Julie's statue breaking. You can see this light yellow orb following her, which I think is like her soul coming back to her because Agamemnon took it, and that's what made her forget about Lana and what made her be very injured with no eye and stuff. You can see when her soul comes back, she also has her eye back in the art. So I'm thinking that she doesn't have an eye patch anymore, but then afterwards, Lena's statue breaks and her orb or like soul was black and red. And she has a different outfit on, kind of. She has a sun hat on and a cape on now, and her eyes are red, which is also why I'm thinking, are they trying to do like some vampire storyline with her? Because we also got that vampire's blood potion too. I don't know. But yeah, I'm really happy to at least understand a little bit more on Agamemnon, especially with the Morse code. It's helped a lot. But now I'm just wondering about Lena and Serena as well. But anyways, let me know your theories in the comments. And if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Bye, Care Bears!